Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that quest text changed because I was Dragoon? That's awesome. That's very cool. Subtle change. Very cool. Alright, so that was a lot. Tragic, but like I don't disagree with Estinian. Like, I understand that what we did was unforgivable. But for us to die for generations, I mean, he himself admitted that our sense of time means that our wounds have largely healed. It's distant. So while I feel that Nidhogg's actions are better explained and possibly even justified, it's not Ishgard's job to just sit down and take it. I wish they were more honest with their people, but, you know. Oh, I can fix the glamour. Yeah, I can fix my pants. So, you know, and it's not like if we avoid this, we go home, we're just gonna, if we go back to Ishgard, we're just gonna get attacked there by Nidhogg. And then have to fight or die. Oh, that's why that's not fixing. Because this is not on that. Ah. Okay. Let me go to the inn real quick. So, he gave it a chance. He gave Peace a chance. It can hurt her feelings that he thought it was going to fail from the start, but as long as he held his end of the bargain, if it surprised him, he would have been fine. It's the problem with vengeance driving war, is that it never ends. Because both sides will always feel the other side owes them something. Yeah, if one goes down the road of vengeance, you must dig 2 graves. But the problem is, then, like, the person behind you still needs to dig the next grave. Right? Like it's never going to end. When it becomes a war of a bloodline, it's not even the 2 people in the disagreement both die and it dies. Like, this is a Hatfield and McCoy thing, where it becomes generational. So really, you don't have to dig 2 graves, because the person who is going to kill you already dug yours, and you're just paying it forward. So you just need to have dug the next person's grave. So you need to dig their grave. I guess you're always digging your own grave. Because somebody dug yours, but before you die, you kill them. But then before they die, and it just like, right? In theory, everybody's only digging 1 grave. And it's just never who we thought was going in it. Just always make sure there's 1 empty. Alright, so that's all dead. I don't know how that math makes sense. But like, when it becomes this generational back and forth, metaphorically, both sides are always going to give and give and give.
Estinian, pray tell me that I am wrong.
About what? About what?
Is that it?
That's subtle.
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. 'Twill be just like the good old days, no?
Cool. I don't know what I have. Do I have good? What are my pants? I don't care. Gear's not that expensive. All right. So it does seem that us desiring to talk to them killing dragons doesn't seem to be helping. We're pissing people off here.
A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us an access to the Eyrie. I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours.
Very well. On the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence.
And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by Linkpearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together.
I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Rene's Forum, Meteor. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard.
Cool. Back we go to Foundation. And see if Sid's around. He always needs the money. Okay, new wins, old friends.
When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Plowtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel Manufactory, but let us not wasting time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Aymeric would seem like the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he'll be able to grant us an audience at such short notice. Oh, I have it! Count Edmond's youngest son prides himself on knowing all the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emilienne is around.
I mean, the manufactory's right there. Can we check the manufactory? And the Chocobo keep... Okay. Okay. Sure. We're running across town. I think Ishgard's paying Sid.
Welcome, Master Derplander. Shall I show you inside the manor? Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old boy? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Oh, then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius is cropped up on more often than most. I hear he's been tasked with getting that monstrous airship to the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. Oh, 'twould seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing. I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing. Oh, yes, I thought as much. Come, Meteor, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion.
Okay. I feel like we took time out of our day to come here, and we could have just gone there. It's not... I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Meteor! Alphino! How fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces.
Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we need a favor. And so with that, that's all we need.
Another wind barrier. And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise would certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. Drevanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their hands to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them.
But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Stinian stands vigil at the edge of churning mists, but we do not know how much longer.
Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. Yeah. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far.
Cool. They already gave us one mount for doing MSQ. They're gonna give us a second? Are we getting another mount? I'm gonna take a wild stab that this is the backstory. of the Mana Cutter. Brian's least favorite mount. My least favorite mount is that Stormblood MSQ Purple Bird. I don't know the story behind it, maybe that'll help. But being a story skipper and getting a big giant purple bird, ugh, gross.
Small little projects just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one.
Biggs, your voice is different every time I talk to you.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a Mana Cutter.
Nice.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, and lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.